Hey, JK here. I want to thank you for showing party today with me.
Y'all ready for this?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. Hopefully you are able to relax a little bit and watch Explosions in the Sky. That's a really good song. If you've never heard of it, go ahead and look it up. We are now going to be talking about week 14, which was a pretty good week for us. Despite pitching woes pretty much across the board, we had a little bit of cushion, so it wasn't too bad. First team we're talking about is the Kent Murphy Dingers. Despite being one of the best teams last year with a really star-studded lineup, this year the guy I was going against is the worst team. He's ranked 10th out of 10, so of course I was going to have a sweaty, right? No, it wasn't too bad. The closest it got was 6-4, but I ended up winning 7-3. Luckily, I was able to have Mr. Riley Green with 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a stolen base just for good measure, along with 2 home runs each from Mr. Zach Neto and Matt Olson, and of course, my man, Hunter Goodman. On the pitching side, we had wins for Christopher Sanchez and Brian Wu. Thank you for getting back into the win column. And we had 2 saves each from Mr. Paul Sewald and Raleigh O'Brien. On the other side, we missed all the production from Mr. Dalen Lyle. We also only got 1 stolen base from Mr. Christian Yelich, which, funny enough, won us our week for that category, so thank you for that. Robert Carroll also had a really bad week, producing like 1 hit over the 6 games, just like 1 for 19 coming in. So naturally, we sat him on Sunday, and he produces. He gets like, 2 for 4 day, a run and a triple or something like that. So yeah, we missed that as well. As we continue on with bad weeks, my pitchers, holy cow, absolutely crapped the bed, rolled around in it, and then said, "Look at me." Between Mackenzie Gore, which, okay, is becoming a trend, Framber Valdez, should have seen that one coming from a mile away, right? And Logan Webb, whoa, dude, what happened? The Rockies? Lord Jesus, dude. And then Hunter Green, really thought you were going to do better, man. I was really excited for you. And you got 7 Ks for me, so that was good. So that's something. As we head on over to the adds and drops, we added AJ Smith-Shawver. We also added Hurston Waldrop. And our third ad was also a pitcher, which was Connor Lee Early, who got hurt and is currently seeking a second opinion. So that's never good. On the other side, to make room for them, we dropped Tyler Phillips. We dropped Luander Avila, however you say his name. And then Brent Rooker. Oh, that hurt my heart, man. We traded for him, and we were absolutely holding on to him because he was our guy, but we went ahead and released him. It is a keeper league. I think he's like a 5th round keeper, and I don't think he's worth that going in next year. I think I might be able to get him a little later, but that hurt, man. That hurt. So after this week's win, we're sitting at 11-2-2. So happy with that. This week, we have a sneaky matchup with the Rough Riders. Mr. Rough Rider was the one who's been with us the last 2 years for our fantasy draft, so I'm excited, but his team is sneaky good. He has just not had the same production he had last year. Last year, he had Cal Raleigh going off. He had Pasquantino, J. Ram. All 3 of those guys have been hurt and or underperforming, or both, throughout this whole year. Pitching wise, he's lost Lugo. He's lost Reagans. He calls them Ragans. But regardless of how many people who are hurt or underperforming, he has one X factor on his team that can level the playing field with pretty much any team. Yordan Alvarez. So that's something we'll have to keep in mind this week, because I can't let him beat me. At least can't let him beat me alone. So there could be someone else, but Yordan Alvarez, I have him on one of my other teams, and he did great for me last week, but we don't need him doing so much good stuff for Mr. Rough Rider. Let's go ahead and get to the Cucumbas. And this week was another pretty good, comfortable win for me. With 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie in week 14, I was able to extend my lead and have an overall record of 89, 51, and 10. I don't really want 51 losses, but I'll deal with it. We're able to repeat Riley Green's stat line and benefit from those big numbers, as well as adding 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, and 1 stolen base from Mr. Jake McCarthy, along with 3 home runs from Brandon Marsh and 4 RBIs. Wait a minute. You hit 3 home runs and only had 4 RBIs for the week? On the pitching side, we were able to pick up wins from Tariq Skubal, Bryce Miller, Brian Wu, my man Christopher Sanchez, and Gregory Soto. Huh. We also had 3 saves from Mr. Trevor Meagle, so that's good. On the other side, we had really slow weeks from Mr. Ernie Clement, Yandy Diaz, and Mr. Taylor Ward. And combined, we had 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and 1 stolen base. And of course, I sat them when they actually produced, so Yeah, I missed like a home run or two. Some RBI, stolen base. Yeah, cool. Then we had a really, really bad start from Logan Webb. So, yikes. Able to get that one out of the way. Definitely wish we could have had a better one. But hey, get the bad ones out of the way now. Even if it's against the Rockies, they're red hot now. So, again, get it out of the way, especially in Coors. Moving to the Astronauts, we were able to add my man. Someone I'm actually really excited about having on my team is Mr. Brendan Donovan. Now, multi-positional player. He's really going to help me, kind of like Ernie Clement. Maybe more steals, maybe a few more home runs. Not many, because neither one of them hit a ton. But maybe with a little bit more firepower in that lineup. Maybe if Josh Naylor doesn't like stab people in the hand with knives, and Randy Rosarina doesn't burn 2 challenges in the first 14 pitches of the game. That's a big if. Well, those are 2 big ifs. So I picked up Jake McCarthy. So he's great. Have loved Jake McCarthy since he came out of UVA. Go Wahoos. I really enjoyed his work when he was in Arizona. Yeah, fell off a little bit. Didn't get as much love and or attention that he probably should have. And bounced around, I think, a team or 2. And now he's got a home in Colorado. I want to make room for Jake McCarthy because Brendan Donovan was on the IL and he was able to slide in that. We had to drop Jacob Wilson, who was on the IL. Man, that really hurt. I really like Jacob Wilson. I do. He's my man. But jeez, man, just gotta stay healthy. The next team we're talking about is the Cheese Weasels. Now, yeah, we did not have a good week. Holy cow. We're sitting in 4th place with 92 points. Not sexy. And I'm telling you now, it's coming out Tuesday. We're sitting in, I think, 5th place with like 87 points. So, yeah, we have definitely slowed down. Now, there are some reasons for that. We had several losses this week. Woo! We also had 0 holds. Yep. So when we go over these, we had a ton of offensive production, which was good, but yikes, pitching was not pretty. We had 1 home run each from Mr. Christian Yelich, Luis Garcia Jr., which that was a new addition to our team, so surprise. Casey Schmidt and Josh Young. We also had 2 home runs from Mr. Zach Neto, 3 from Trey Turner, and 4 from that man, Yordan Alvarez. We had 1 win on the weekend. That was Mr. Ian Seymour Butts. Very happy with the production he's provided us. We had 1 save from Jacob Latz and 2 each from Mr. Devin Williams, Mr. Jacob Latz, and Mr. Paul Sewald. We didn't have any holds, and while we didn't get wins from Zach Wheeler and or Nick Martinez, they still had pretty good games. Unfortunately, Zach Wheeler was only able to go 5 2/3, which is kind of odd. He also struck out like 10 or 11 batters, so really odd outing for him. Not what you would expect from Zach Wheeler, but I mean, he got us some strikeouts. I mean, obviously, have good performances. We had bad performances. Hunter Brown got smoked. Hunter Green also got smoked. Mr. Logan Webb got clapped and smoked. So I had losses from Hunter Green, Framber Valdez, Paul Skees, becoming too much of a regular, Logan Webb, naturally, and Jason Adam. Yikes. That stinks. Just take a look at the Astrodrops right there. I will now talk about how, while we are still in good position, leading in saves, about 120, 130 behind in strikeouts, like 3rd or 4th in holds, we're doing really good overall. But obviously, we're going to have to kick into high gear, especially in the second half, where I'm not worried about catching up on the strikeouts, but would be nice to catch up. I mean, we were leading pretty much the whole season last year, so let's get back into that. But with the strikeouts, that means we have to pick up more pitchers. If we pick up more pitchers, we have more losses. If we have more losses, I mean, once we get to where we only have 1 point in that category, might as well just keep going, right? We also want to make sure we have good ERA and good whip and not as many blown saves. So there's a good bit still going into it, unfortunately. But I actually am happy with how the offense is doing. We're doing better than what we did last year, years before. So let's just hope that we can have a few more good hits here and there, a few more streaks, especially with the home runs, and the pitching just absolutely positively has to improve. We got rid of Framber. We're going to need Hurston Waldrop to step up. After 1 inning so far, he's given up 4 earned runs tonight. That's not great. We also need Hunter Brown to step up. I was so excited to get him back. I actually was able to trade Hunter Brown for Corbin Carroll with the Kent Murphy Dingers. And you know who I traded him to? or trade him from, or however you want to word it, Rough Rider. So he actually has Hunter Brown. I need Hunter Brown to do well, but maybe this week he won't do so well, if you know what I'm saying. And of course, we need Corbin Carroll to do Corbin Carroll normal things. So now we are all caught up with how we're doing overall in the league, caught up with the adds and drops, and hopefully we're going to have some holds this week because we're like 15, 20 down in holds. I really did not think that was going to be the case, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to head on over to the ESPN leagues, and the first thing we're talking about is the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Overall, this was a really good week for us. We were playing one of the weaker teams, so we were able to handle our business pretty easily, pretty safely throughout the week, able to rack up the categories and win with a total of 12 wins, 2 losses, and 4 ties. We had several guys really stepping up for us, main guy being Jake McCarthy. He was able to grab 23 total bases, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, and have a stolen base for us. Bryce String had 18 total bases with 1 home run, while Freddie Freeman had 16 total bases, 2 home runs, and 1 stolen base. Moving on the base pass there, even though you're getting a little older. And then Matt Olson had 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. Only 2 RBIs? Come on, Braves! We're able to grab wins from Mr. Ian Seymour Butts and Christopher Sanchez, while we were able to grab 2 holds or saves each from Jacob Latz, Brian Baker, Paul Sewald, and Dylan Lee. I knew he was going to do big things for me, especially when I released him from other leagues. On the opposite side, we missed main production from Mr. Francisco Lindor, CJ Abrams, Taylor Ward, and Rafael Devers. Why I don't start him like ever, but we missed like 3 home runs this past week. That kind of stinks. We also did have 1 loss this week as Mr. Brandon Woodruff. That's unfortunate because he's hurt again. Ooh, and Hurston Waldrop didn't have a great start. We also had pretty bad outings from Yandre Gomez, however you pronounce his name, Paul Sewald, and Dylan Lee. And under the adds and drops, we added Yandris Gomez, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Troy Johnston because his playing time is on the uptick. We dropped Nick Gonzalez, dude, just empty batting average. That's so frustrating because he's hitting 310, 312, but not doing a lot, not doing enough. And then Anthony K because he crapped the bed for us. With 128 wins, 82 losses, and 42 ties, South Harmon Institute of Technology is looking pretty good this year. But again, we're not aiming to look pretty good. We're aiming to get to the ship. So let's not mess this up. We're now going to head on over to the Russell Mount Gym Jam scene. I'm so glad we were able to have a big win this week because we beat this super cocky guy who is a turd. Really not a big fan of him. We were able to beat him down 12 categories to 2 categories to 2 categories. We had so many extra base hits, mainly coming from Otto Lopez. 8 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a stolen base. Woo! Otto Lopez is on fire. Mickey Moniak also did great with 5 extra base hits, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs, while Wilson Contreras and Hunter Goodman both had 4 extra base hits. Wilson Contreras had 3 home runs and 9 RBIs and a stolen base for me. Hunter Goodman had 2 home runs and a 400 plus batting average, so both of them are very good. Going over to the pitching, I was almost perfect. Gems the entire week. Sub 1 ERA and sub 1 whip. You can see it. It's not like I'm fibbing to you. These are my stat lines. Here you can see we had gems from Mr. Christopher Sanchez and Bryce Miller. We also had 2 holes from Garrett Clevenger and 3 saves from Trevor Meagle. Not sure why someone dropped him, but they did, and I'm so glad they did. On the other side, we had really slow weeks from Yandy Diaz because he was hurt, Jose Altuve, Abrams, Dalen Lyle, and Alec Boehm. And of course, when I don't play them, they go off. I miss like 4 or 5 home runs. I miss like double-digit RBIs, miss some extra base hits. I don't know. My flabber was gassed. I was so upset, but obviously still able to come out with the win. And if you want to go back and look at the stats, you can see the only 2 pitchers on my team that gave up any runs were Mr. Yoendris Gomez and Kyle Finnegan. Daggone it. I also want to bring something to your attention before we move to the adds and drops, which are very short anyway. There were 2 trades that happened just very recently. Do you feel like these trades are fair? Now, they were already processed. Surprise, surprise. Philly Fanatic is the commissioner of the league. I feel like those are very lopsided trades. I would not do those. I mean, obviously, I'd want to get what Philly Fanatic got, but those are, in my opinion, very, very lopsided trades. I absolutely do not agree with them, but whatever, can't argue with the commissioner, right? As we went to the adds and drops, we were able to add Ryan Jeffers, who is going to be starting a rehab assignment, going to be coming back, and if he is hitting 300, we now have Mr. Hunter Goodman and Mr. Ryan Jeffers. What a tandem. Also added Mauricio Dubon because he's doing very well for the Atlanta Braves. Not going to be a world beater, but definitely someone who can add stats in a dynamic, high-octane offense. We dropped Jack Perkins with 118 wins, 71 losses, and 35 ties. Again, we're looking good. Second place overall. Can't be content with that. We got to keep moving forward, but we save the best for last. The Peach Creek Purgatory team absolutely pushed me to my limits this week. I wanted to save PCP for last because I absolutely had to prepare how I was going to tell you all that we lost. For the third time this year, yeah, the first two losses, oh, it's luck, oh, JK, everything's luck. So I was trying to figure out, what am I going to say to get it across like, no, it's not luck. I actually did lose this week. And I really just the pitching. I said the pitching did not do well for me. We had a little bit of cushion, and we did, but man, let's first just go ahead, get to the people who did well for me. Otto Lopez, 100 points. Wait a minute. You did that well? He did. Paulie Green had 72. Ketel Marte had 68. My top pitcher, Yoshinobu, had 51. So those are not crazy numbers, except for Marte. Like 100 points? And this is a regular 7-day week. Like, dang, dude. As we head to the other side, people who are not performing as well, we have to talk about the people who hurt. Corey Seager, again. That is another guy who's on Rough Riders team. Dude, he cannot catch a break. Brent Rooker, come on, dog. George Springer, daggone it, man. Such a revelation last year, and you're falling flat this year. I mean, not fully flat, but... And then Stephen Kolek, God bless America, buddy. You're going to be in my prayers. Little girl was born premature. We had a boy born premature. Scariest thing in the entire world. NICU for 3 months. Absolutely scared me. I hope that this time away allows you to focus on that. I wasn't going to work thinking about anything other than my little boy for those 3 months. So having to play baseball against people who are trying to put you down, like trying to hit the ball off of you, it's no wonder you've had 2 bad games in a row. I'm not upset with you, brother. It's nothing that I would expect you to work through. Like what in the heat of the moment. Be with your family. I'll be praying for you, man. I hope everything goes right with your little girl. But now we get to talk about people who I did start and who absolutely flopped. Jack Perkins, you got me 8 points. Come on, dog. Miles Mikolas, you got me 7. Did not mean to start you, actually. I really thought it was going to be a bulk. Yep, that messed me up. Freddie Peralta, you got me 2 points. What? Dude, how are you so bad this year? And then Framber Valdez, -5. Lord have mercy, dude. I remember someone traded you to me last year. It was like Jackson Jobe for you straight up. I'm like, absolutely. Hopefully you get back on the right track. But man, you made me mad. But now we're going to get back on the topic of luck, and I say luck because Javier Assad went 4 2/3, had 80 pitches, and was pulled. You wouldn't have gotten the win, but maybe one more out would have been good. And then Anthony K, gem against the Cleveland Indians. You were up like 3-1. Man, then a freaking rainstorm delayed the game. You were out. You had 4 innings, like 1 hit, 1 run, like 3 or 4 Ks. You were doing well, so didn't get the win there. That's unfortunate. So that is what played into this week. And I tell you one thing, man, we're going to look at the ads drops. We added Dean Kramer. Dude, he had a gem coming back from the IL. Also, Tristan Peters, great pickup. He had double-digit games for us, like 4 of the 5 games he played. Also, Jake Mangum, playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates, another double-digit game or 2 for us. And then the last ad for this week is what saved us. That's right. We picked up Tyler Mahle, and he is what got us the win. Because he got me 13 points, and we ended up winning 982 to 969. Nice. I was down like 100 and some odd points going into Saturday. I was able to pull it to within 20 on Sunday. Luckily, Eric Fetty didn't get blown up. He was able to actually pitch a really good game in bulk. So I was able to pick up Mally to get me those 13 points and got us the win. My team came up so incredibly clutch. We're going to skip on over to the people I think you should be adding. If you are in a holds league, Jojo Romero, he leads the league with 20 holds right now. Very close behind him is Ryan Stanek. We talked about him last week. He has screwed me the last 2 games because he's gotten blown saves and or losses the last 2 games. Oh man, that's not good. In any case, sticking with relievers because there's some dysfunction in Chicago. Both Chicago teams, you're looking at a few different guys. For the Cubs, they're saying Jacob Webb. I don't know if he's the guy you want to go with, but that's what people are saying. That's what ESPN is saying. For the White Sox, Strengthening Dominguez, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to get 10 saves. He got 12 or 13 right now, but it's also been really bad as of late. Sean Newcomb is picking him up. Grant Taylor was talked up and then absolutely obliterated 3 out of 4 games, something like that. I think someone else got a few saves. Anyway, like, there are a few guys in those bullpens. I'm not sure how much I would trust either of them. I'm not really a big fan of either bullpen, but if you need someone, by all means, look for it. On over the hitters, anyone playing for the Rockies. I doubt Hunter Goodman is available. I mean, if he is, then some freaking how pick him up. But Troy Johnston, Rumfield, McCarthy, those guys, Mickey Moniak, they're really hot right now. So pick them up if possible. They're great. I mean, the pitchers, don't pick up pitchers. Even though Jordan Romano got a save the other night. If you were desperate for saves, like bottom of the barrel, go ahead. Grab Jordan Romano. Go ahead. We got to talk about during this episode, Mauricio Dubon. Second, third, short, outfield eligible. Shoot, grab him. He'll do some of that high-octane offense, right? I mean, if you're able to get Matt Olson up with someone on base, bringing him around. Austin Riley can find his life, bring him around. I mean, you have Ozzy Albies, who hit 2 home runs in a game this past week. I mean, he finally coming to life. Hopefully you'll have some other people. Acuna, please, for the love of God, come back. You got him, maybe, coming back. Really good pitching. You know, don't look at Hurston Waldrop's stat line after the first inning. Hopefully it hadn't gotten any worse. I'm starting him in like 3 or 4 leagues. But got him! In any case, head on over to Oakland, or LA now, wherever Sutter Health Park is going to be. Jonah Heim had a coming out party, 2-3 years ago with the Rangers, and has kind of been silent the last few years. Now getting the DH and some catcher games now with the A's. Jonah Heim could be a sleeper for you. He's got catcher eligibility. If you're not worried too much about catcher, if you're streaming it, if he's playing at home, yeah, go ahead. Because he's going to be DH or he's going to be catcher. Shea Langoliers will be catcher or DH. They're going to try to have both of them in the lineup at the same time, so go for it. And that's going to do it for the recap and the people I think you should add. This has been a pretty good week. These wonky weeks are coming back, so let's get through these next 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then we will be full steam ahead towards the ship, baby. Do not get sidetracked. Even though it's All-Star Week, you're like, oh, let's look at the Home Run Derby. Oh, let's do this. No. We have to focus. There's so much on the line. This cannot be a distraction. These next 2 weeks cannot be a distraction. Stay focused. If you need some help, let me know. Let's talk fantasy baseball. This is JK Cottle. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me.